Hello, this is World University in Schools, WUAS News and Question and Answer on Monday, October 16th, 2023. And I'm Scott McLeod. Greetings from Northeast Pennsylvania in a town called Liberty in Penn's Woods, which are what the state of Pennsylvania was founded as a Quaker experiment in religious freedom, in a gift or a debt repayment by Charles II to William Penn's father in around 1683. So as we wait to see if anyone will join us in this WUAS News and Question and Answer, newly at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I'd like to share a little news with you. I don't see any one seeking to join us yet, and namely that World University in School is seeking to matriculate its first sizable class of WUAS students, whether that be for a bachelor's degree or a AA degree or a PhD. And as we accredit, we have the green light to accredit from state of Pennsylvania's Middle States Commission on Higher Education. It has offices in the greater Philadelphia area, but it accredits at least 5 US states, or its accreditation is operable for 5 US states on the Eastern Seaboard. And we have green light for licensure from the state of Pennsylvania itself, its Department of Education. So a set of Twitter posts. When will World University in School matriculate its first sizable class of WUAS students for free MIT OpenCourseWare centric WUAS degrees? When World University in School can place it to become the best online university in the world with related large language models. And there's a US News and World Report Best Global Universities link or URL, and first in English. So we'd like to matriculate our first sizable class first in English when we can become the best online university, potentially by some online ratings, and then develop and grow into best online universities in all 200 countries and in their main and official languages as we accredit potentially in those countries and seek to grow sizable student bodies from those countries. In the process, World University in School, which is MIT OpenCourseWare centric in at least 4 languages, and also Google WUAS centric with for example, the course CS First with Google at World University in School, learning the Scratch programming language, which is Creative Commons 4 License 2, like MIT OpenCourseWare, is seeking to become best in all 200 countries via potentially artificial intelligence and machine learning developments for conversational generative AI, potentially making MIT OpenCourseWare professors interactive from possibly the MIT OpenCourseWare video lectures and similar. Stay tuned. We're seeking to matriculate our first sizable class of WUS students in due course. So agenda item 1, that was agenda item 0. In a recent visit to Providence, Rhode Island, and to Brown University's main library, the John Hay Library on the Brown University campus, I asked a librarian at the front desk there about creating potentially a realistic virtual Earth for history. Think Google Street View with Time Slider, and potentially for all of the archival materials from the John Hay Library to be added as data sources to a realistic virtual Earth for history. Think Google Street View, especially with the Time Slider function. And I was asking in a specific, for a specific time period for the 1960s and 1970s too at Brown. And with respect to a specific address, um, a house at on a corner in Providence, Rhode Island, near the Brown campus, 58 Thayer Street, as an example, and whether it was a hippie commune in the 60s and 70s, and how we could find this out, how we could even create history by potentially Brown University's archives, adding all the photos and videos and texts from that time that might relate to this house at 58 Thayer Street, Providence, Rhode Island, to Google Street View with Time Slider, and potentially also make it possible for anyone to go into this house as virtual reality, piecing together from pictures of rooms inside the house and potentially of possibly hippies that were living there as well. And say, for example, in 1967 and differently from 1974, so virtually. And further, in terms of Wiki World University and School, how could I, as a scholar of the 1960s and 70s, and other individuals, and you who might be listening to this, and the Brown University Library itself, iteratively best wiki add, for example, pictures of the 1960s and 70s of hippie commune houses in and around Brown University, and into one realistic virtual Earth. Agenda item 2. So in this process, and in this, I got a positive response from the librarian at Brown University, and I sent them an email. It's in a blog post, recent blog post. In the process, World University and School is seeking to facilitate the emergence of real virtual reality in a realistic virtual Earth for everything in Google Street View with Time Slider, for example, and of the 1960s and 70s, but everything including a realistic virtual Earth for evolutionary biology, a realistic virtual Earth for geology, a realistic virtual Earth for STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs 2, which begins in its current form in around 1972 or 1973. And potentially also, especially with Brown University Library, bringing together possibly all major universities' libraries, services, and archives with the Brown Computer Science Department, and potentially in all 200 countries and in their main languages. So all major research libraries, universities' libraries in all 200 countries, and potentially also so that individuals could wiki add resources. And also, as just a mind expanding question in these regards, how could you and I and the Brown University Library and other French libraries add and create the French Revolution in around 1789 for 10 years forward to such a realistic virtual Earth for history iteratively, and as even avatar bots of French revolutionaries such as Robespierre could become interactive and conversational from texts they may have written turned into via natural language processing ways to converse with them in voice. This is a brand new way of potentially creating real virtual reality, and a brand new way of doing history and exploring history. World University and School, in terms of its focus on the 1960s and 1970s and say hippie commune houses in the Providence, Rhode Island area, is also interested in questions of counterculture, which my first book, a large book, about Harbin Hot Springs in Northern California focuses on, and it interprets as potentially a site of counterculture emerging from the 60s and 70s in its current form as it does. Stay tuned. And in this tweet, and I'll read the tweet more fully without interruption right now, and this is agenda item 2, the emergence of real virtual reality, a real virtual earth for everything in Street View with Time Slider of the 1960s and 70s especially, with Brown Library bringing together all major research libraries, research universities, libraries, services, and archives with the Brown CS department. There's a blog post, Baobab Flower, and Wiki ad and French Revolution. And I retweet a tweet from the Grateful Dead and Janis Joplin. The tweet reads, Janis Joplin joined the Grateful Dead at Fillmore West on this day in 1969. Janis performed a powerful 20-minute Love Light, a song that she sang often, alongside her friend Pigpen. Here's a photograph of Pigpen and Janis outside of Ashbury, the house the Grateful Dead lived in 1967 by Ronald Rakow. Hippies, NFT community, Solana. And this is a tweet by Stoned Hippies. Interesting time to recreate the 1960s and 70s with artificial intelligence and machine learning in a realistic virtual earth for history, and potentially recreate the Grateful Dead concerts that were from 1965 to 1979 and be able to go to these concerts again in live, real, virtual reality, potentially beyond, say, the remarkable set of recordings in archive.org of the Grateful Dead recording concert recordings from 1965 to 1995. So is this the emergence of real virtual reality in a realistic virtual earth for everything in Street View with Time Slider, beginning potentially in this case with the 1960s and 70s, and especially with Brown Library bringing together all major universities, libraries, services, with the Brown Computer Science Department, with Wiki adding a French Revolution, for example? Stay tuned. Agenda item 3 is also realistic virtual earth for STEM related and relates to the Princeton University Flywire project. It's a set of tweets beginning with a question. Want to start doing brain science, connectomics now as a citizen science? Regarding this modeling of how to do it. Flywire proofreading of Drosophila brains. Find somas via autofasciculation of Drosophila fruit fly, and there's a video here. And regarding World University and Schools Brain and Cognitive Sciences Wiki School or Wiki Subject, with the hashtag further WUS Brain Science. So with the successful modeling of Princeton University's Flywire Connectomics project of adding all the neurons from a Drosophila brain, Drosophila fruit fly brain, to a new platform with citizen science, with citizen scientists proofreading these, an important part of the process. We have the beginning of, in many ways, an interoperable, potentially interoperable, realistic virtual earth for brain science, part of possibly Google Street View with Time Slider, TensorFlow AI, and possibly even Google Cell View with Time Slider, and possibly even Google Molecule View with Time Slider. Stay tuned. Interesting set of dynamics, interesting developments. Agenda item 4, the WUAS Academic Medical Center is seeking to move back into a newly safe, open 670 Ridgecrest Canyon, California, 94516, about 8 miles southeast of Berkeley, California, on around November 1st, 2023. And I just requested US federal protection for myself and my mother in some of these regards. So there's, I'll read the continuing agenda item 4. Item 4, greetings from near Ithaca, New York, near Cornell University, where I was this morning. And I just shared a version of the following with my mother, Jane McLeod, Sid Mazumdar, HHS, Health and Human Services in the US federal government, Ed Smythe, MD, in Berkeley, California, affiliated with Kaiser Permanente, and Cuddy Hunk friend with from the late 1960s, David Thurston. Quote, greetings from in front of McGraw Hall at Cornell University, a main building with an amazing view and which houses the anthropology department too. Found an excellent small camper van with a shower as a model today. Great for potentially build your own Toyota Pro Ace camping van, which may come to the US in the next year or two. It's already, I think, in three lengths, 3 sizes in Europe. The set of tweets I wrote reads, quote, build your own Toyota Pro Ace hybrid, cool. A small camper van with shower, toilet, kitchen, sleeps 4. As design, and there's a video of this camper van, I think it's the Duncan camper van, as a possible model. And the shower pics, the important shower in a small camper van, the shower pics begin about about 2 minutes. I'm excited for the Toyota Pro Ace WUAS camping van with Toyota humanoid robots as 2 autonomous systems. And then I post a Toyota link, toyota.com/configurator. So I'm excited for this potential Toyota Pro Ace van that we might be even able to, with Toyota's website, toyota.com/configurator, be able to add a shower to maybe the largest of the 3 Toyota Pro Ace camping vans, and thus create a shower, add a shower, have a shower in a small camping van, potentially as WUS faculty homes, student homes, staff homes, or for field site work, in a whole variety of ways, as well as autonomous vehicles and potentially with Toyota humanoid robots too. Continuing on with the note I wrote, and this is in this agenda item 4, there's a great museum at Cornell University too, the Johnson Museum, with amazing views at its top on the 5th floor, which was designed, I think, by I.M. Pei and built in 1973. And see some related Twitter posts from yesterday as well. How are you doing? The note reads further, it's a 3 to 4 day drive to Canyon 94516 in late October from Ithaca, New York. I'm making my way west now from Cuddy Hunk Island via Dartmouth, Massachusetts, via Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, via Lakeville, Connecticut, and Alden Briscoe's lake house there, and soon Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then the San Francisco Bay Area for potentially Wednesday, 1/23, November 1st, 2023. Will you come visit Canyon again? You have an invitation, Fondly Scott, with a Canyon link from my blog, Canyon label. See some of you soon. All the best, abolitionally friendly greetings, Scott. So that's the news and question and answer for today, Monday, October 16th, 2023. Just checking to see if anyone might be seeking to join us right now. I'll post the recording of this video to the current active YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ScottMcLeod-World-University/videos. And I just want to give you a little tour of Liberty, Pennsylvania in Penns Woods. I'm going to try to catch the post office. Well, the post office is just down there with the flag in front of it, with the Liberty name and the zip code, and near the corner of Willow Street and the street that I'm on, which may be recorded in GPS as well. So that's the news and question and answer for today. I'll also post the recording to our two main Twitters, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUASpress. Our current email address is sgkmacleod@worlduniversityandschool.org, which is also our website, our homepage currently in English. The Twitter feeds are more active. Until next Monday, which I think will be the 23rd of October, 2023. See you later, and happy wiki teaching and learning at the current active wikis at World University and School. In English only so far, soon to be in other languages. Bye for now.